guys, it's me, Schlee. Welcome back for another MRE video. Today is our 2025 Independence Day special, and for that I have a very special guest. This is US MRE Menu number 4, pork sausage and cream gravy. This one was sent to me by Mike from Mike Kreischer Reviews here on YouTube, so as always, Mike, thank you so much for sending this. I have been saving this one for quite a while because I feel like this is a super fun and special menu, and I wanted to save it for this patriotic occasion because in my opinion this is pretty close to biscuits and gravy, which is a very American food, especially with me being from the South. Doesn't get much more patriotic than that. So along with this ration and my patriotic get up, we're gonna have ourselves an Independence Day special. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what happens. All right, first things first, the date code down here is 3260. So I believe that's gonna be the 260th day of either 2003 or 2013. I'm not 100% sure. I did try to do a little bit of research on this ration, but I could not find very much. So we'll see if there's any more clues inside the package. That opened really nicely. Oh wow, the main is still packed in a cardboard box. You don't see that anymore. So here it is, our pork sausage and cream gravy. Oh, I'm sorry, our pork sausage and creamy gravy. That's actually different from the outer packaging. Interesting. And it's artificially whitened. If there's one thing that I love, it is artificial whiteness. We have our accessories packet. A toaster pastry chocolate chip, okay, gonna be delicious. Oh, okay, we have dehydrated granola with milk and blueberries. As you guys may know, if you've seen my breakfast MREs, I love this. I think it is so good. And this is supposed to be a breakfast menu, obviously. It is biscuits and gravy, which is a staple breakfast food, so that was a really nice touch. Also, I just have to point out we've got the whitened gravy and the blue blueberries, so can we get anything red in here to make it really red, white, and blue? We've got crackers and cheese spread, just regular cheese spread, no jalapenos or bacon in here. We have got beverage-based powder lemon lime. I will take it, it's not orange, although I kind of wish it was cherry or something, again for the red, but we'll make do without it. We have our beautiful MRE spoon. And our FRH, which may or may not be dead after being in this package for so long, we'll find out. And a hot beverage bag, which I never use, but I always mention. All right, that's everything. Let me get my tray organized and then we'll see what we see. Okay, so as far as heating things up, I'm only gonna heat up the main. I don't see anything else that really should be heated up except maybe the cheese. So I take that back. I'm gonna put this in with the main. I've never gotten to heat up the cheese, but I've always heard that you should do that. So for everyone who told me that, today is your day. Congratulations. All right, let's get this bad boy opened up and we'll get started with the heating. I'm gonna need the cheese spread just a little bit before I heat it up. I think that will help the overall consistency. I really have my doubts with this heater because it's so old, but it sounds like it's coming to life, so we may have some hot food. And now we wait. Let's open our accessories packet next, see what kind of goodies we have in here. We have creamer non-dairy dry, as always. Oh, wrong side. Coffee instant type 3 freeze dried. Some cinnamon chewing gum, red. Iodized salt, sugar, a moist towelette, toilet paper, and matches, also red. Next up, let's go ahead and make our beverage-based powder lemon lime. I've had this one, but it's been quite a while, so let's see if it tastes any different than I remember. Look at that color. Pure Schlee energy. Oh yeah, this is actually green. I always expect it to be yellow because the powder is yellow, but no, it turns green. I think only the lemonade actually stays yellow, if I remember correctly. All right, let's give this the old 1-2. It's not bad. It's pretty tart, which I like, but it is still quite sweet underneath that as well. Really heavy on the lime flavor though. This really tastes like a lemonade that you put a bunch of lime juice into. It's not bad at all. Quite nice, pretty refreshing. And I think the tart flavor is gonna go pretty well with this ration overall and with the main. I'm gonna wait to try the crackers because I definitely wanna try this with the cheese spread. And I think I might also use these with the gravy in place of biscuits, because normally I would make biscuits and then pour the gravy on top, but we don't have biscuits, so we'll use the crackers instead. So I will save those. Let's hop into this toaster pastry though. I don't think I've seen this packaging before with the little rounded corners. And there's our PopTart. It smells so good. All right, we have a delicious chocolate aroma wafting off of this PopTart. It smells so good. It's still really soft. Here is an up close shot. So you've got chocolate chips and a little chocolate frosting on the top. And there's the inside with your chocolate filling. This is another nice touch. As we know, this is a very popular breakfast item. So adding it in here with the granola and the gravy is a really good idea. You know what? Before I try this, I'm gonna actually get the granola started rehydrating because it's gonna take a while, and that will be a better use of our time here. All right, so this says open pouch and remove the oxygen scavenger, which I always forget, so I'm glad I read the instructions. Done. Then we're gonna add 2 to 4 ounces of water, stir and consume promptly. Can do. All right, I'm gonna pour this out so y'all can see it, and also so I can mix it a little bit better. All right, there's our granola. Lovely violet color as always. I may have added just a touch too much water, we'll see. I'm gonna let this sit for a minute so the blueberries can rehydrate and the granola can soften a bit, and then we'll try it out. Okay, back to our PopTart, which we briefly abandoned. Let's go ahead and give this guy a taste. These are so good. They are just so nostalgic, very classic American, and I think this is one of the more popular ones. The pastry itself is still so nice and soft, very fresh tasting. The chocolate is very rich, and the chocolate inside is a bit of a darker chocolate flavor. The chocolate outside, as you can see, it's lighter in color, and it's a little bit more sugary. This outside chocolate has a little bit of a crunch to it. It's more like an icing. So when you bite into it, you get the tiniest bit of crispness, and then you get the soft pastry and that really soft, creamy filling. It's a really good combination. It's kind of like America and freedom, meant to go together. The pastry itself also has a good amount of vanilla in it, so you have that flavor with the 2 different chocolate flavors. Just a really good balance. And this would make a perfect dessert or snack for this ration. Now let's give our granola a couple pokes here. Looks like it rehydrated perfectly. All right, here it is up close so you can see the milk has turned purple because of the blueberries, so it's really pretty. You've got the blueberries on the top and then some oats there waiting to be devoured. As I mentioned previously, this is one of my favorite items in the breakfast MRE world, so I'm excited to try it again. Here we go. It's really good as always. Something interesting about this that I haven't been able to comment on before, the blueberry flavor in here tastes much more like wild blueberries than store-bought blueberries. I went to Maine for the first time ever recently and I had the chance to try wild blueberries there, and that is what these taste like. These are also really small, like the wild blueberries were. So that is very interesting because all the other times I had this, I had only ever had blueberries from a store, and now I'm really living. Got that wild blueberry experience. This is so creamy, it's nice and sweet. It is not overly sweet at all. It's not like a shock you first thing in the morning, super sweet breakfast. Just nicely, naturally sweet. The oatmeal granola itself hydrates so well, it remains nice and chewy, has a little bit of crispness on the outside of some of the oats. They are not tough at all, which is something I always look out for. And the blueberries rehydrate so well. They become very soft and chewy, a little bit springy, which is just a delightful thing. There's quite a lot of vanilla flavoring in here too, which is very pleasant. Yeah, I am so happy with this. I'd love to see it again. Now for our crackers, let's get these open. Looks like the vacuum seal held up really well. Oh wow, these are in mint condition. Look at that. They're barely even cracked. Beautiful. Let's give these a try just by themselves first because the cheese is not quite ready. Tastes like a standard issue MRE unsalted cracker. Very standard, still nice and fresh, crisp, no note of staleness or anything in there. The flavor is spot on for what you expect for these. It is very bland. Like I said, no saltiness, no sweetness really, just cracker flavor. And that's fine for what these are. I think they're great. They do a good job of being a vehicle for other flavors, which is basically all you need. Our main and our cheese spread has had about 30 minutes to heat up now, and I think it's pretty hot. So let's get this open and see how it did. Yeah, the ration heater definitely worked. I'm very excited to try this cheese spread warm because I've heard it's just magical when it's warm. It's so much better than when it's just room temperature. All right, so as you see, we have lost a cracker. That is not my fault. The cheese spread, the cheese spread is gone. The cheese spread is gone. Okay, it was expired, clearly, because when I opened the package and tried to squeeze some out onto a cracker, it was completely separated, just completely separated. The oil went everywhere. It looked vile, that's how I would describe it. It was just chunky. It was a very bizarre brownish red color, and it smelled not very pleasant, so I will not be consuming any of that. In fact, the trash can has actually consumed it at this point. Someone's probably gonna comment and tell me that it was perfectly good and I should have eaten it, but... So my apologies to everybody who was looking forward to the cheese spread. I was gonna do a little dedication to MKR and write his name out, but instead I'll put something on the screen right here. And now let us have a moment of silence for the cheese spread. So we have one cracker left, which we'll use for the main, which I'm gonna get out right now. Let us pray that it was not infected by the vile cheese spread, which is in the same ration heater. Here's our main. It's nice and warm, honestly, a little bit hot even. I'm gonna knead it up just to even things out. And now for the moment of truth, let's see what this looks like. Okay, so here is what we have. I'll be honest, it smells pretty good. I can smell the sage in the sausage. It smells like a little bit of black pepper, and it looks pretty promising. It's not very appetizing, but if you've ever had sausage gravy before, you know it's not the prettiest food in the world. And I will say, not to toot my own horn here, but I do make pretty good biscuits and gravy, so I'm gonna judge this pretty harshly. As a Southerner and as a confectioner of biscuits and gravy, I don't see a reason to be merciful to this dish. Oh, and I do have our salt on standby because I expect this to need some salt, but I'll just leave it to the side for now. I want to try just the gravy first, and then I'll get some of the sausage. This looks a little bit separated. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to look or it's just because it's old. All right, there it is. Our artificially whitened gravy. Little flecks of pepper in there. All right, here we go. Schlee tries MRE gravy. That is pretty good. It's not as good as mine, but it's pretty good. It is nice and creamy. It's very flavorful. You can taste the sausage flavor infused in the gravy. So much sage in there. This actually does not need salt. I'm surprised. I just thought it would because mains can sometimes be a little bit lacking in salt, but not this one. I will say I would like a little bit more black pepper in here, but I like a lot of black pepper in my gravy, so that's just a personal preference. I gotta say, they really surprised me with this one. I did not expect it to be this good. Now let's get a piece of sausage, and we'll try that alongside the gravy. Pretty big pieces of sausage in here. Can you guys see that? All right, there's a bite with the pork sausage. Okay, once again, I am highly impressed with this one. So when you get a bite with the sausage and the gravy, it is really good. You have that creamy, savory gravy and the little pork sausage crumbles, which have so much flavor, okay? They have so much sage in them, which I love. That's a big thing for me. The sausage too is a little bit spicy, like a black pepper type of spice. And that is really nice in here because with something that's this creamy and heavy, a little bit of spice can really lighten it up. There's also a really good amount of sausage in here. You guys can see just how much there is. Really nicely distributed throughout here. This, I think, is an awesome main. Talk about stick to your ribs food and reminding you of home. That's exactly what this is. Now though, I want to try this on a cracker because like I said, this is going to be like the biscuit that you would normally have for biscuits and gravy. So let's try this. How does that look? Okay, this is so good with the cracker. That is the way to go. The cracker has that perfect, bland is not the word, like, I don't know what the word is. I don't know the food words. The cracker replaces the biscuit perfectly. It has just a good base bread type flavor that matches up perfectly with this really creamy, rich, savory, slightly spicy gravy. These crackers are also buttery in a way. I don't know if you can see the sheen on top of them, but again, that buttery flavor is exactly what you need to go with this gravy because again, if you have a biscuit, it's gonna be buttery, it's gonna be delicious. You're gonna pour gravy on it, you're gonna be happy. So this is a great pairing. I'm actually gonna crumble up the cracker in here because that is such a good combination, wow. I thought the cracker and the gravy would go good together, but definitely you should eat it this way, okay? I would have liked to try the cheese in here too, but that was not possible with this ration, so. And of course, if you were to leave this, the crackers would get soggy and be much more like a biscuity, bready type of texture. So if you're wanting to go for a really authentic biscuits and gravy type of meal, go ahead and wait for the sogginess to happen. But if you're like me, and you just want to eat this while it's hot and delicious, dive right in. Okay guys, that is it for this ration. I have tried everything that I could. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish this up off camera. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed. I would like to wish all of my fellow Americans a very happy 4th of July. Everyone else, happy July 4th. Don't forget to like and subscribe and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!